Oke, bismillah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, just directly,
Yes,
today we set the interview.
interview.
So, so I want to know more about yourself, like your name, your identity, also your weakness. How did you know yourself, and also your strength. Also, could you please introduce yourself?
Okay, before start the interview, I want to introduce myself. Okay, my name is Mahvin Farmiana. You could also call me Mahvin. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm from year 9 grade, especially in 9E class. Okay, about my weakness, maybe sometimes when I study, I couldn't focus on multiple projects. So
Okay.
to strengthen that weakness, I must do like balance. Like for example, in one day I 4 hours focus on this project, and then the next day I focus on this project 4 hours, like that. So balance on each multiple project, like that's it.
So about your strength.
My strength, I have high a power, and my power is, I think, from IT, yeah,
Yeah.
IT subject, which is I'm currently focusing on software development
Okay.
and learning more about cybersecurity, especially in projects that called monitoring project, website monitoring project. Okay,
Okay,
that's
so what is your strategy to manage your weakness? That's weakness. So you have to make a to-do list or just balancing your schedule.
about weakness, ya.
Yeah.
About multiple project, I usually use Notion, ya.
Hmm.
Notion, so I list about my task, what is need to be done, and the priority of the project. Like for example, the SKL project, like this, ya, interview project, or my personal project, my portfolio website.
Okay, Marvin. So we continue the interview. So what IT skill did you have before and after studying IDN?
Okay, so IT skill that before doing again after the idea. First, before again idea, my father give me module PDF about Python, and it's contain the fundamental of how to code your own Python program, how to develop your own program, and it's also explain how syntax works, and also some of data type like integer, string, and others. So when I want to learn that, I just normally, yeah, I just learn uh, page by page, and then just writing code by myself and follow the instruction from the module itself. And when I learn more about that module, I realized that uh, it's all makes sense. Like every time I learn new things, I realized that everything can be learned by myself more easily, and you can modify that. For example, there is a laptop, and you can modify your laptop. For example, make a program about how many uh, running program in your laptop, like services lah, open services or closed service that or find your own program that haven't used since a long time, and you can make that actually with Python. And yeah, after joining IDN, I do a bit of researching about field of study that I want to focus on, and after a while, like 1 year or more, from 8th grade, yeah, and I made a conclusion that I think for myself, I should focus on software engineering and cybersecurity, because these two subjects in field of IT, field of study, yeah, it's also important, very important in the future, because there is also someone said that in the future there is like there is AI versus cybersecurity or
Mm.
anything like that. So yeah, I think that's crucial for the future. So yeah, that's my field of study: cybersecurity and software engineering. That's after IDN. After IDN.
Okay, after studying in IDNA. So, which IT project are you most proud of?
For the most
Yeah, personal
person, most
or in IDN
personal
project?
IDN and personal. First IDN lah, from
Yep.
IDN. I think Bitaqwa
Mm.
in this line grade is the most my proudest project because it's uh, it's challenged me to make my own logic from the start until the finishing of the application using my own problem solving skills. Like if there's an error, I will solve it by myself or with the help of an AI and using my prompt engineering skills, or uh, I can also what, use my problem solving skills on how do I manage the services from the application. Like there is API, and the application uses modify application, and for the API, my teacher like uh, giving the task of finding my own API. So in my class, we need to find the perfect API for the application. So like for example, me using Muslim API versi 2 and the other is different name, different API, so like that. So we use our research skill for this Bitaqwa project, and yeah, that's why this is the most promising project that I've ever do. For the personal project, I think the most proudest, yeah, the best project, I think it's dashboard monitor website. So during holiday, I've got a request from DKM Moscow that he said, Marvin, how if you can make a website about monitoring my student, like there's more 14 more students, so can you make website that you can see the student activity from the eco progress, Quran progress, and more into one website, and we will pay you like that. So yeah, I just make my website. It's really fun since it's I can play around with the database itself because the student database is very a lot, yeah, like 15 more student. So yeah, the database itself I can modify by myself, how I can make it efficient for the website. And actually from now I still develop the website, yeah. But yeah, that's the for this project because I can play around with the database and I can play around with the algorithms. Yeah.
So, do you think your IT skill will help you in the future?
If you say IT skill will have in the future,
Yeah.
that's just like a future lah. Maybe of course it will
Yeah.
have my future because in the future I will actually from now I already write about research about my okay uh, project from the future that's about ini, how to solve a problem on monitoring.
Yeah.
So in the future, I will make like a software as a service website, like monitor website like that. But the difference is I want to implement that with LLMs. LLMs it's large language model. It will run AI agent like for automation.
Okay. So, for the next question is, do you have any internship experience?
Internship,
Yeah.
for example,
Yeah, internship or yeah, if there is no maybe teaching experience
internship
in IDN or outside IDN, like coaching or become trainer.
internship ya Pak, ya. For internship, I haven't because I still during high
Yeah.
school. But if project,
Become a trainer maybe.
yeah, but if project, I have project, but it wasn't an internship. Like it's like a freelancer.
Oh, freelance. Yeah.
It's make a landing page
Hmm.
for companies. And for the coaching, coaching and teaching,
Yeah.
I already done from ID teaching. I already teach from junior high school and also senior high school. And I also have teach in my father's college, that is com. And yeah, that's the most interesting experience that I've got in India.
Okay, so you teach the college student.
Yeah, so for college, yeah, my first experience got helped by my father. Like it's he give me instruction like how the flow works from the start until the finishing of the presentation. So for the start, my father helped me to present that. Yeah, it's about the box, and for me it's more practical. So my father is more theoretical, and me is more practical. Yeah, it's practical how the sprites work, how the code works, how the flow works for the project, and the what college uh, college student just follow the what I've just what do. The, If I
Okay.
open this, I open that.
Okay, so it's interesting experience. Yeah. Okay, so I think you already set your dream in the future, like you what you want to be in the future, and also how to get your dream in the future, right? So, can you please give a message or motivation for at least for yourself or for other students?
Motivation for me. Uh, Motivational work. I have many actually, but I can forget because I realized that if you like okay bergantung bergantung
Depends.
if you always depend on motivation, it's like fire that actually burn out like that. So don't depend on motivational quote like
All
that.
right.
Just focus on your own workflow, on your own mindset, that you can help to work out on your future. And for motivation, I think what this process.
Yeah. Continue.
For the motivational, I think what just never give up on your time
Yep.
and focus on what you are actually doing right now. Just don't watch the clock lah. Don't watch actually the time. Just focus on what you are actually doing right now and don't think about others that thinking about you. And like just focus on yourself lah. Don't focus on others like that.
Okay, so who actually inspires you?
Actually, person.
Yeah.
It's including
Or
my
yourself?
parents,
Yeah.
my father, especially my father,
Yep.
and but the people that actually have 4.0 or more GPAs on the social media. Yeah, that's interesting. So a lot,
Okay.
like how they manage their time and how they build their own life.
Okay. Yeah. I think it's interesting interview with you, Mawin. So I hope you will reach your dream in the future and make your parents proud, of course. Uh, Enough until here our interview. So thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Yeah.
Bismillah, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, welcome back to my another presentation video. So, in this project, I will present about final project that is about telling about country. So, I will tell about Iraq because this one of the most important country
Why I will explain later, but first we will introduce first about the Iraq. So Iraq is a country in West Asia. It is bordered by Saudi Arabia on the south, Turkey to the north, and Iran to the east. And then the size is about the size of Texas, around 43 million people, making the 58th largest country by the area, and the 31st most populous country in the world. And the home is Baghdad, over 8 million people is the capital city, ya. And for the currency is using Iraqi dinar or IQD. Okay. Then about Iraq, the majority of Iraq is using Arabs, 80%, and then speaking Kurdish also, Kurdish language, with their own language mix of religion, Islam as their main religion, Christianity, and others known for strong family values. So mostly the citizen live in cities and some in farming areas, and mostly the major industry is oil industry, which is their major employer. So yeah, so basically Iraq is more focused on oil industry, like that. Okay, about the tourism, Saddam Hussein built hundreds of palaces or tourism, including the Al-Faw Place, Asalam Place, and Radwania Place. And yeah, this is the photo of the tourism. And Iraq was an important tourist destination for many years, but that changed dramatically during the war with Iran and after the invasion by the US and allies. Yeah, that's the tourism in Iraq. Next is the culture and the food. So Iraq's culture has a deep heritage that extend back in time to ancient Mesopotamian. So their culture named Mesopotamian, and I will explain later. And Iraq has one of the longest tradition in the world, including architecture, literature, music, and others. And yeah, for the food there is famous food like mujadara, tasrib, and samun. Yeah, that is Iraq. Now the history, yeah, this most interesting one because why is it important? Because Iraq has a very interesting history that is around 500 BC or before Christ. The Sumerians did something incredible, that Iraq invented writing or called cuneiform, the first written language in history. So yeah, that writing that we do like today right now, it's invented by Iraq around 200 500 lah BC. Yeah, it's called cuneiform. And Iraq also created the mathematics and geometry concept we still use today. And also Iraq built the first city with organized government. And then come the Babylonians with the famous code of Hammurabi in early legal system based on justice. Then there is Islamic Golden Age. So from the 762 CE, Baghdad, the capital city, was founded as the world's most advanced city. Inside Baghdad, the capital city, from the 762 CE, it's like a legendary house of wisdom, they said. Like imagine combining Harvard, MIT, NASA, and others into one building. Yeah, that's the inside of Baghdad. Because here's what they actually accomplished. So in mathematics, they invented algebra and algorithms that we still use today, and developed the concept of zero. And in medicine, they established specialized hospital and invented distillation techniques and discovered smallpox with systematic treatment. In astronomy, they mapped stars with incredible precision and calculated Earth size accurately. So yeah. So from this history of Iraq, we could say that Iraq was not just a country that have a very interesting citizen, but Iraq also uh, from the around 300 BC from until now, Iraq was also helping the world like in mathematics, in medicine, astronomy, and others. Okay, now modern Iraq. So Iraq's modern history begin in the war of the World War One. Then, despite agreements made with Hussein bin Ali, the Sharif of Mecca, the European powers had different plans for the region. Following the British withdrawal of support for a unified Arab state. And then Hussein Sultan, or Faisal, as known as King Faisal, briefly declared the kingdom of Shira in 1920, encompassing parts of what are now Lebanon, Palestine, Jordan, and Syria. Now the economy of Iraq. So in the early monarchy era, the economy of Iraq was largely market-oriented by King Faisal, the first king of Iraq, and laid foundation for the modern Iraqi state. Now for the status is, according to this International Fund for RG Cultural Development, Iraq is an oil-rich income industry. So Iraq's economy is dominated by the oil sector, and the GDP of 500 million or more. So GDP is basically it's the report lah for the country, like his health about the economics is expanding or downgrading, like that. That's GDP. So yeah. So the lack of development in other sectors has resulted in 80% until 30%. Okay. Okay, so in conclusion, Iraq, the most interesting story is the Mesopotamia Iraq, or the modern day of Iraq. There is Islamic Golden Age. There is Iraq has invented new techniques in mathematics, in astronomy, in medicine, and more. And then innovation, as I said, is like the system of writing. They invented the system of writing that we still use today, or it's called cuneiform, and the wheel, and the first law code of Hammurabi, and the 60-minute hour oriented. So yeah, basically Iraq is very important that we must know, because Iraq from the past until this until today, they have accomplished many inventions like writing, and then algorithms. They make very organized algorithms that is used in today, and more that we want to learn. Okay. I think thank you for this country explanation. I'm sorry if I have so many mistakes from this video. Okay, I think that's all from me. I have some mistake. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, bismillah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, hello everyone. So welcome back to my another video presentation. So in this video, I will presented my final project in English lesson, that is portfolio project, and this may be the last English video. So basically in this presentation I will presented my project that I've made from 7th grade until present, until this 9th grade, including scratch, what I've got from that project, and how that project will help me for the future of myself. Okay, but next, I will introduce myself first. If you don't know me, so my name is Mafin Aflah Mulyana. I'm from 9th grade class, and I love to solve things and building a real project, and also love to solve problems and focusing on software development and cybersecurity. And I've made more than 5 application that focus on data management and efficiency. So yeah, basically I'm that person who loves to debugging sometimes and also focusing on software development like that. Okay, now starting from 7th grade. So in the 7th grade, I'm more focused on building the foundation because if we want to build our self-development, we must build the foundation first. If there is no foundation, then it will destroy lah gitu. So this is the foundation from 7th grade. There is projects from Scratch ya. So Scratch is a platform. It's a block-based programming. So there is a no code, not working code, and it's designed to teach programming to children by making the program itself to drag and drop puzzle. So yeah, it's puzzle drag and drop lah, Scratch. So in Scratch, I've made multiple of games like catching fruit, which we must to catch a fruit and avoid some obstacle. And the defender is actually my not most proudest, but the project because it's test my critical thinking skills, and the last is Bomberman. And then there is another one which is Adapt Game, Take Me Out, and Block Breaker, which is the same like other Scratch basic game. From Take Me Out, we must to complete puzzles and obstacle, avoid something, and find games like that. And Block Breaker is a simple game, we must destroy the walls and we get points. And then in 7th grade, I also built about Buildbox. So Buildbox, it seems like Scratch is a free platform, sometimes paid, but Buildbox focused on also building games, game development, and it's very accessible to both beginners and also experts because Buildbox also supports marketplace. Yeah, you can sell stuff on that marketplace and you can get profit. But from 7th grade, Buildbox is more focused on building games, yeah, like Scratch, and it's not drag and drop like Scratch. It's more of prototype. So I've built a prototype of my game like Crossing Road. It's basically like crossing road, like we must to avoid the obstacle by hitting cars and others, and there's switching ball and jumping cube. And for my proudest project from 7th grade, I think it must be Crossing Road because not only it's teach me how to do your critical thinking better, and from Crossing Road game, this project I have so many bugs and errors, so it tests me how to do a debugging, like solving errors and others. So yeah, that's for 7th grade. So there is Scratch, Buildbox, and others. Okay. Okay, move on to the 8th grade. From the 8th grade is the next of the foundation, is the most into self development. So in this 8th grade is more focused on design and robotics. So from the robotics, robotics is about creating and controlling machines, yeah. So I've made multiple projects like dashboard monitoring and learning how to perform Ichiduino. So Ichiduino is a robot that can control and have used in many competition. And also in robotics, it teaches you how to design, build, and program robot by integrating concept like programming and also problem solving skills. So why I like this robotics? Because it's taught me how to make your problem solver better. And then robotics also focus on the real world, like making bling and also microbit. Yeah, like that. And for the proudest project, I've met in 8th grade, I think it must be Blink, because Blink I have many errors also, like before in 7th grade, and because it has so many error and it has a lot of pressure, so it tests me how to debugging more efficiently, and like you have to check twice from your API keys from the Blink itself to make it run normally like that. So that's why Blink is my most proudest project in the 8th grade. And also there's a design. So design is about like mastering visual communication, like typography, image, and layout and others. So there is the example of my project. There is Instagram post, infographic, and UI prototyping. Okay, move on to the 9th grade lesson. So in this 9th grade, or the present now, it's more focused on building the also next foundation, yeah. That is the final foundation. So in this 9th grade, I basically learn how to make my own personal branding and my self-development. Okay. So in 9th grade, I've built project like Codular, Dart programming basic, and GitHub project. It's called application development. So this thing is a process of both designing and programming lah basically. And then application development is my most lovely skill that I love to learn, because it involves skills in coding, design, problem solving, and testing. So it's all in one lah, all in one skill in application development. And yeah, from this Codular, I've made a Codular is a platform like Scratch. It's also built like drag and drop code. But in Codular, you must configure your own widget normally, and you must understand how the concept of the element work. So yeah, that's Codular. So Codular taught me how to build your own element correctly. And then Dart basic, this thing taught me how to make your own code, beautifully formatted, like using Dart format and Prettier and others. And there's Bitaqua, which also this is the most proudest project in 9th grade now, because Bitaqua teach me how to build real world projects correctly from the start until the finishing of the application. Okay. Now next, or the last slide, that is self-development, yeah. So in 9th grade, I am focused on self-development. So self-development is the process of improving myself to gaining new knowledge, skills, and changing self-awareness, and also working on personal qualities to reach my own full potential on the real world. So these are my progress of self-development. Actually, there is more, but these are just example. I've made a real project with a freelance project, and there is a certificate that I've got in this year. And then I've building my own web portfolio, which using the simple Next.js Festify framework. And then actually I've already deployed to Vercel. You can see online, but it's unfinished lah. It's still, I have many things to done in my portfolio website. Okay, so yeah, that's all. So in conclusion, in this presentation, I've made so many projects, and that all projects that I've explained before will help my own future of myself, because it builds the foundation of the future of myself lah, like that. Okay, I think that's all for me. Thank you for listening. I'm sorry if I have so many mistakes in this presentation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.